Before we begin, if you value practical agricultural knowledge rooted in history rather than modern trends, subscribe to the Farm Logic channel now. What you are about to hear is not internet gardening hype, but a soil practice passed quietly through generations, long before biochar became a fashionable solution. Today, biochar is often presented as the ultimate soil amendment, backed by science, ancient examples, and modern marketing. Yet for most small farms, homesteads and survival gardens, there is an older, simpler method that consistently delivers faster and more predictable results. Long before kilns, pyrolysis charts and carbon credits, grandmothers saved wood ash from hearths and cook stoves and applied it carefully to fields and gardens. This was not superstition. It was a precise, experience-driven soil correction method that addressed immediate deficiencies in ways biochar often cannot. Wood ash works because it feeds soil chemistry directly, not indirectly. The fundamental difference between wood ash and biochar lies in how they interact with soil. Biochar is primarily a structural amendment. It improves habitat for microbes and retains nutrients, but it contributes very little nutrition on its own unless it is pre-charged and given time. Wood ash, by contrast, is immediately active. It contains readily available potassium, calcium, magnesium and trace minerals that plants can absorb without waiting for microbial processing. Well, historic farm records from Europe and North America show that wood ash was valued specifically for restoring exhausted soils after repeated cropping. Fields treated with ash often showed stronger stalks, improved flowering, and better resistance to disease within a single growing season. This immediate response is why it remained a staple of household farming for centuries. Grandma understood soil pH long before test kits existed. One of the most powerful effects of wood ash is its ability to raise soil pH. Many soils, especially in wet or forested regions, trend acidic over time. Acidic soil locks up nutrients, making them unavailable to plants no matter how much organic matter is present. Wood ash acts as a mild liming agent, neutralizing acidity and unlocking nutrients already present in the ground. This is where wood ash often outperforms biochar in practice. Biochar can buffer pH slightly, but it rarely corrects acidic conditions quickly. Grandma's method involved light, repeated ash applications, usually in late fall or early spring, allowing rain and soil organisms to distribute minerals evenly. Crops responded not because something new was added, but because existing nutrients became usable again. The application method was careful, not careless. Contrary to modern fears, wood ash was not dumped indiscriminately. Experienced hands knew it was powerful and, treated it accordingly. Ash was sifted to remove charcoal chunks and spread thinly, never in piles. It was often mixed with compost, manure or soil before application to prevent root burn and ensure even distribution. In modern terms, this translates to applying ash sparingly, no more than a light dusting across a bed, then watering it in or incorporating it shallowly. Used this way, ash strengthens root systems, improves flowering in fruiting plants, and increases disease resistance without overwhelming soil biology. So, biochar, you see, really excels when it comes to rebuilding soil over the long term. especially in those tropical or heavily leached soils. But it's not without its quirks. You need the right particle size, proper charging, and, well, a fair bit of patience. If you use uncharged biochar, it can actually tie up nutrients for a while. And if it's poorly made, it might end up brittle, dusty, or even hydrophobic. In places with short-growing seasons or already degraded soils, you might find its full benefits can take years to really show. Now, wood ash, on the other hand, addresses soil deficiencies straight away. It doesn't build up carbon structure, but it does sort out mineral imbalances quickly. For kitchen gardens, small fields or survival plots where you need results now, not decades down the line, ash is reliable. Historic farms, they used ash as a seasonal tool, not as some miracle cure, you know. And one reason this method worked so well is that it was always used with a bit of restraint. Ash was only put down where it was actually needed. Root crops, legumes and fruit trees got lighter treatments, while grasses and grains could handle a bit more. Folks avoided overdoing it, because they'd learned that too much ash could harden the soil, or even reduce nitrogen availability. This seasonal observational approach is just as important today as it ever was. Remember, ash isn't a replacement for compost or organic matter. It's a corrective tool. When you use it alongside manure, leaf mould or green cover, it completes the soil system rather than taking over. For anyone heating with wood or managing land off-grid, wood ash is a resource that's often just thrown away, and that's a shame. Used properly, it can help you rely less on bought-in fertilizers, sort out soil problems quickly, and toughen up your crops. Its real value isn't in being something new, but in being reliably predictable. The lessons here are pretty straightforward. Know your soil. Apply ash lightly. Always combine it with organic matter. Watch how your plants respond and adjust with the seasons. That's exactly how earlier generations kept their fields productive, all without chemical intervention. You know, the reason Grandma's wood ash trick so often outperforms biochar isn't because biochar's no good, but because ash solves a different problem. It restores balance quickly. It feeds plants directly. It corrects acidity and mineral depletion all in one go. In real-world farming, those things matter far more than chasing some theoretical perfection. Biochar, well, that's for building future soil. Wood ash, though, that's what rescues the soil you've got right now. The real wisdom is in knowing when to use each. And if history's any guide, ash was usually the first thing folks reached for, not the last. If this guide's helped you see why these older methods still matter, do subscribe to the Farm Logic channel and share this video with others who appreciate, practical, time-tested farming knowledge. Sometimes the most effective solutions are the ones quietly handed down, not the ones shouted about.